because there has rarely been a time when the choice of futures for Britain is so stark.
So the Conservative Party conference here in Manchester is just packing up, and I've just come out of one of the most remarkable political speeches I've ever seen. Theresa May, a big moment for her to set out her views, her mission as Prime Minister, promising to be the voice of the voiceless, losing her voice. All the while, letters falling off the conference backdrop, a man in the audience handing her a P45, allegedly from Boris Johnson, in a speech that was meant to settle issues about her leadership. It could almost have been scripted by the makers of a political comedy. It was a terrible moment for Theresa May, really. Some of us couldn't bear to watch parts of the speech. And I suppose at the end you could say at the very least there was a sympathetic standing ovation from the audience here, but the optics, frankly, on the television news bulletins tonight will be pretty terrible, and they will inevitably drown out some of the serious policy material in the Prime Minister's speech intended to allay the question about what she's going to do for the people that she says have been left behind. Two big policy announcements. The first on housing. She's promised an additional £2 billion aimed at increasing social housing, some of it delivered by councils. Of course, Margaret Thatcher basically stopped local authorities building housing. Only 5,000 homes a year over 5 years. So some people will say that isn't enough. And the second one, legislation that could impose a cap on energy prices. Both of them aimed at helping the poor and the young. There's one problem with that, of course, because she's identified issues where if you want state intervention in the economy, whether it's in housing or energy prices, do you turn to the Conservatives or do you turn to a much more authentic left-wing socialist agenda set out by Jeremy Corbyn? All of that philosophical speculation, I suspect, will be lost amid what will inevitably be the television pictures of one of the most spectacular, excruciating and memorable political speeches that I can ever remember seeing.